In regards to some of the all-time greats in women's basketball, there's been very few to impact the game at every single level quite like this specific individual. And from her versatility that she's always brought on a gamely basis, all the way into the passion that she managed to put on display every single night, it's what's made her into who she is today, but also had somebody relatively close to her that helped her every single step of the way to be there through the good and the bad. This is the Sabrina Ionescu story. Sabrina Ionescu was born on December 6, 1997 in Wall Creek, California. Sabrina's love for basketball, which started to develop at just the age of 3 years old, but also had somebody extremely close to her to share the game with, and that so happened to be her twin brother Eddie. The both of them developed a certain type of competitiveness that resulted in the two constantly getting into fights with each other, no matter what sport they were playing at the time. And if they really got into it, there would be times when it would be blood and tears, but all it did was mold them into strong individuals as they gotten older. And the impact he's had on her has till this day rubbed off in a positive way. She even stated, "I don't think I would be half the person that I am today if it wasn't for him." Now, since she did a lot of playing pickup basketball with boys, she would develop different ways to impact the game other than shooting or scoring because she was a lot smaller, which allowed her to become a stellar passer. Now, Sabrina attended a middle school that unfortunately didn't have enough girls to form a basketball team, and her school even refused her to play on the boys basketball squad. They even went on to say that she should be playing with dolls. From there, Sabrina decided to recruit enough girls, which enabled her school to have a team. As a freshman, Sabrina attended Miramonte High School. She managed to start in 14 of 29 games and even was able to average 14 points, 4 rebounds to go along with 4 steals, which was a huge help in her team maintaining a record of 27-3. Sabrina's success on the court would even expand over onto the US national team, and as she suited up for back-to-back years, there she would win the gold medal 2 times. During her sophomore campaign, she just kept improving and really started to show where she was just different and could put the ball in the basket at a very high clip. Ionescu just had a different type of impact that had really helped their team flourish, as they ended that season with a record of 30-2. By the time her junior year came around, she was averaging 19 points, snagging 8 rebounds, and dishing out 4 assists, but also was a dog on defense, which allowed her to get 5 steals per contest and led Miramonte High School to a 30-2 overall record with the appearance in the CIF Open Division semifinals. Coming into her senior season, she was already 6 foot and put up an outstanding 25 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 steals, and 1 block per game. She literally thrived at every aspect of the game and finished her senior season receiving national honors, including the USA Today Girls Basketball Player of the Year, Max Preps Player of the Year, and was the MVP of the McDonald's All-American game. And according to ESPN, she was ranked 4th in her class of 2016. Ionescu decided to sign a letter of intent to play collegiate basketball at the University of Oregon, and for the first time ever, for a long period of time, she was going to be away from her brother as he was closer to home playing ball at a nearby community college. Now, in Sabrina's college debut, she recorded 11 points and a win over Lamar, and she just kept developing as the season went by. The versatility that she displayed no doubt allowed her to record 4 triple-doubles of that season, which was 1 shy of the Pac-12 record and 2 less than the NCAA record. For her freshman campaign, she was able to put up 15 points, 7 rebounds, and dish out 6 assists per contest. She winded up being ranked 2nd on her squad in scoring and rebounding, and 1st in assists. Now, her talents even allowed her to post 7 double-doubles, which ranked 3rd in the Pac-12 and 29th in the NCAA, with 183 assists of the year. And following the season, she was named Pac-12 Freshman of the Week 4 times and was awarded USBWA National Freshman of the Year. But honestly, that would all be glimpses of what she had coming for her sophomore season. She led the Ducks to their 3rd regular season league crown all time and 1st ever #1 seed in the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament. Her outstanding feel for the game allowed her to lead the Pac-12 in scoring with 19 points, but also led the Pac-12 in assists, dishing out 8 assists, which was 5th in the country. And throughout her sophomore campaign, she was able to have 16 double-doubles, but also had 14 20-point games. Sabrina's development that season was a huge help in her being able to wheel her team to winning the Pac-12 championship for the first time since 2000. By the end of her sophomore season, Sabrina had already become NCAA's women's all-time leader in triple-doubles, just trailing only former BYU men's player Kyle Collinsworth, with 12 among NCAA players. Following her sophomore year, Sabrina and her brother Eddie were both missing the relationship they had, like when they used to hold each other accountable through all the good and bad. Prior to the next season, he would join his sister and enroll and play for Oregon. And as her junior season rolled around, she undoubtedly took her game to new heights. That season, Sabrina set the NCAA triple-double record for men and women, which resulted in her leading Oregon to their first ever Final Four. But unfortunately, they did fall short of a national championship. Following the loss, Sabrina had just 24 hours to make a decision on if she wanted to declare for the WNBA draft, but her mentality was that she had unfinished business. So during her final season, on November 13, 2019, Sabrina and the Oregon Ducks handed Team USA their very first loss against a college team since 1999. There, Sabrina contributed 30 points and 7 assists. She was easily the most valuable player in all of college basketball. Ionescu became the first player ever in NCAA history to accomplish getting 2,000 points, 1,000 assists, and 1,000 rebounds. Following the season, she announced that she was declaring for the 2020 WNBA draft. There, she would be selected to the first overall pick with the New York Liberty. Now, by just her second game, she simply went off and had her way versus the Dallas Wings, where she would put up 33 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds, all in just 34 minutes. On August 1st, 2020, Sabrina did go on to face a bit of setback as she injured her left ankle in the second quarter against the Atlanta Dream, and the very next day she was diagnosed with a grade 3 sprain, which unfortunately kept her out of the remainder of her very first own professional season. And the hard work that she put forth to come back sharper than ever really paid off, because by year 2, on May 18, 2021, Ionescu recorded her very first own professional triple-double, scoring 26 points to go along with 12 assists and 10 rebounds, which allowed her to become the youngest player in WNBA history to record a triple-double. On July 6, 2022, Sabrina tallied on 31 points, 13 rebounds, and dished out an impressive 10 assists to record her first 30-point triple-double in WNBA history. On June 9, 2023, Sabrina tallied on her career high with 37 points versus the Atlanta Dream, which was just third most in franchise history. On July 14, 2023, Ionescu scored 37 points in a 3-point contest, which was the highest in WNBA and NBA history, which broke the previous record of 31 set by Steph Curry, as Sabrina had 37 points, including making 25 of her final 26 attempts. Sabrina Ionescu has made serious strides over the years, and throughout each and every single one of her setbacks, she's always came back even harder and just lived to overcome on the biggest stages, which has allowed her to produce the greatest 3-point contest performance ever.
Because a lot of people had told me that I wouldn't be able, in high school they told me I wouldn't be able to do it in college. In college they told me I wouldn't be able to do it, but kind of coming back from injury and figuring out like, oh yeah, I can still play my game and do what I have to do at the professional level was nice to see.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sabrina Ionescu story.